Shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone while I learn this truth. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect up there scattered abroad, pushing this truth on the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom to do so. It's the brother Tazamak coming back with a quick lesson. I'm going to call this lesson, All the Merchant People Are Cut Down. And I'm going to be going into, how the market is going to be crashing. Okay, and it is crashing, should I say. The market is currently crashing as we speak, and it's horrible. Okay, businesses are getting shut down left and right, and thriving businesses at that. Like Starbucks, Walmart closing locations. What's some other ones? Albertsons, which they closed a lot of those. I don't even know. They still have a little bit of them around, I believe. Outback Steakhouse, Logan's Steakhouse. I see even places like Buffalo Wild Wings on the horizon because it's not as busy no more. So you're seeing all these different markets crash. Okay, you even got food plants that's burning down, which is going to contribute to famine. Okay, which are doing it on purpose. All right, we see everything kind of crashing in. All right, as far as food, even goods like clothes. Okay, because clothes, yes, they're a necessity, but the designer shit's not. You got people bugging out that they can't get a Louis Vuitton bag or a Gucci belt or Prada or, Givenchy, all these other, these expensive ass shit. Dolce & Gabbana. Okay, which, again, that's not a necessity. Yeah, normal, like natural clothes are a necessity. Like a regular t-shirt, some regular jeans, it don't matter the name on it. People are so drunk on the wine in this place that they want the best of everything. They're going to be hurt that they can't dine at and eat at Mastro's no more. Places like that ain't going to make it. It costs too damn much. Even the lower end places. They got a place out here called Sweet Green. I never went, but they said that they having problems because they want to charge, $20 for a damn salad, man. Chipotle, $20 for a burrito. Okay? And it's not, and it goes past that. It's prophecy that these businesses are going to shut down, but we see the reality of it coming right now. Okay, look at this picture. It's going to be something similar to this. The whole damn mall closed. All right, and that's coming. When all hell breaks loose, these places ain't going to be open. But even before that, you're going to be seeing storefronts getting shut down. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start off in the book of Proverbs. This is Proverbs 27:1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. People bragging about all these plans they have. Okay? But if you knew prophecy like we do, you wouldn't be bragging about starting a black-owned business, opening up a new Chinese food store. Okay, opening up a new smoke shop, starting a lawn mowing business. Okay, opening up a fish front. You see, you wouldn't be bragging if you understood prophecies the way that brothers understand the prophecies. You would not be bragging. You would understand. Okay, the best thing for me to do is to get myself right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Fuck a independent business, a black-owned business, Mexican-owned business, whatever. Forget all that. My main focus should be getting right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and getting to the highest level of righteousness that I could get to. That should be my main focus, not this other BS. There's nothing to brag about. The only thing that there is to do is to serve the Lord with everything in you. That's what's going to lead to something that's worthwhile. That's what's going to lead to eternal life, man. Okay? And a lot of these Babylonians are starting to feel it. They had huge plans for 2026. It's starting off already a shit show. Okay, today's supposed to be Valentine's Day. It's a joke. It literally is. Everybody looks sad. Everybody look miserable. They know it's over. Okay, something ain't right. That eerie feeling, yeah, that's judgment from the Lord coming, man. That's prophecy knocking on your door. Okay, I'm gonna get this next. Go to the book of Zephaniah. This is Zephaniah 1. Let me see. I lost my place. Here we go. This is Zephaniah 1, and I'm going to start at verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, say Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crash from the hill. This is going for the market. The market's crashing down. Okay? This is going into the market's crashing down. All right? Because these type of things are used in the ancient world, the fish gate, to go get the fish. You know, this is going into the markets crashing down. Okay? It's going to be a how people ain't going to have the resources. Okay? The business owners, they're going to be hurt that their business is shutting down. All right? And on top of that, it's tainted. Okay? They pollute the water. The fish that's brought in is not how it's supposed to be. Okay? Food plants is burning down. So you're going to have the business is shutting down, the actual famine taking place at the same time. All right? And like I said, we eat the best of the worst. This food is trash. It's tainted. All right? Verse 11, it says, how ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. And Mektesh, that was a merchant city, known for trading silver. Okay, so they're going to be howling because all these businesses are going to be shut down, man. Okay? Just like Wall Street, which is huge. They're going to be feeling it too. The stock market and all that is wiped out. Not wiped out, but it's bad right now. Okay? And you got all these other businesses around the world that's drunk off the same wine of Babylon the Great that mimic it. Okay? They got something similar to Wall Street in China. They got something similar to Wall Street in Russia. They got something similar to Wall Street in Germany. Okay? So when they crashes, they're all going to be ready with a solution, which is that digital system. Okay? So this is done purposely. Okay, and it's done purposely because it's prophecy. The Lord said it would take place. All right? I'm going to get this next. In the book of Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 7. And I'm going to start at verse 12. The time is come. The day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Yeah, you're not going to see the buyer or the seller rejoice because it's over. Okay, the buyer, he, what is he rejoicing about when the Lord's wrath is here? Jacob's trouble was at its full effect. They about to meet the Lord by getting put to death, because that's where you appear. When you get put to death, you appear before the judgment seat. Okay, so the dude that's selling it for his business, he don't have nothing to rejoice about because it's going to be clear that it's over. Okay, the guy that's receiving it, it's going to be clear it's over. They might try to do a little fake little happy dance, but the day of the Lord's wrath is going to be upon them, man. And we see it taking place now. It's getting bad out here. Okay, verse 13. For the seller shall not return that which is sold, although they were yet alive, and even if their business does thrive, they do make some money. Okay, I made say they make $1,000 for the day, just giving an example. They're not going to be able to return to the business because the business is going to be taken down. The Lord's going to take that business down. Okay, whether they have ice snatch them niggas up, whether they get burned by arson before the missiles hit, missiles are going to tear all these businesses down. Okay, so there ain't going to be nothing for him to rejoice about. All right, at least I can still have my Costco. The Costco's going to be done away with. And it says, for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return. Prophecies. Neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. Okay? So all the prophecies is going to be touching these niggas. All the wickedness that these people are doing and have done leading up to this point, that's not going to benefit you. All it's going to do is make your death sentence that much greater. Okay? I'm going to get this next in the book of Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiastes 12, and I'm going to start at 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, the keepers of the house, these economists, okay? They know that the economy is about to crash. They say it all the time. It's over. The economy is about to crash. Okay, things aren't going the way they're supposed to. In 2027, it's gonna all shut down. They see it coming. Okay, it was the same way before the Great Depression. It was the same way before 2008. Right, but this time it's worse because you got different things happening at once. The stock market, the housing market, the job market. You see, the food. You know, got 10 things happening at once, which makes it worse. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves. There ain't gonna be no tough guys. But when you look at it, America boasts itself of having a powerful military. So the Lord's gonna humble our military, man. Okay, the military is gonna get put down as well. All right, that's what makes America mighty. There was that military might. All right, and it says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah, the grinders are ceasing. The workers, man. They say the unemployment is getting horrible now, getting bad, real bad. Even for black women, that's so strong and independent. It's tearing their ass up, and people are looking out, and they're in a state of confusion, a state of panicking, a state of not knowing what to do, a state of fear. You see? Verse 4, it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. Okay? These businesses shutting down. All right? You will have all these businesses shutting down. It said when the grinding is low, when the working is low. Okay? These businesses aren't going to be able to stay open if no business is coming through the door. And it says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. You know, those alarm clocks. Okay? You ain't going to have to worry about that because you ain't going to have to go to work. There ain't going to be no jobs. All right, and this is what's coming. They're talking about AI is going to wipe out entire workforces. It says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. The music industry is dirt right now. It's horrible. Okay, and you see the Lord taking these stars out, but the music industry in itself is really, really bad right now. You got and then on top of that, you know, women like to they like to drink. You know, they like to drink their wine and dance and turn up. The Lord's going to take the mirth from this place, and He's taking it now. People have a drink and then they just do it now because of depression. They ain't even doing it to have a good time. They just depressed as shit. I'm gonna have a drink and hopefully this will take my pain away. All right, which is not the case. Okay, the only thing that can take your pain away is the Comforter, the Ruach HaKodesh, these scriptures. Okay, I'm getting ready to close because we don't care that all these businesses are shutting down. We don't have our faith in nothing here. We have our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This is Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Okay, we don't put no carnal things here that we put our faith in. Okay, it says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, and it brought up where moth and rust do corrupt. You know, riches that could be destroyed, that could be taken away, that could be ruined. All right, the treasures that we lay up, it says right here. Matthew 6:20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. See? That can't be touched. See? Because it says where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break nor steal. That's what we do. When we grind for the Lord, we're laying up for ourselves treasures in heaven. So if you were to take our business down in the market of crash on us, it's not going to hurt us because we have our treasures that are laid up in heaven. And that's what matters the most. Okay? So Lord's will. This was an edifying lesson. With that, I'm going to say shalom.